This industry has long sold wonder and connection, but behind the glass and bright lights are stories that rarely make it into the shows. Stories of trainers who trusted too deeply, systems that ignored warning signs, and predators that never forgot what they truly were. Among these stories, one stands apart for its devastating lesson it left behind. This is the story of Savannah Calloway. The morning began like countless others at Gulf Coast Marine Adventure Park in Biloxi, Mississippi. It was late summer, humid, and heavy with heat. The newly renowned renovated stadium, capable of seating over 5,000 people, filled steadily as families sought shade and spectacle. Gulf Coast Marine Adventure Park had not always been this large. Founded in the early 2000s by a former marine biologist, the park began a modest rehabilitation and education center. Over time, success reshaped it.
The predator of all predators arrives. Orcas.
Nova wasn't the largest orca in captivity, but she was among the most agile. Captured years earlier from cold northern waters, she adapted quickly to training routines. Her intelligence was unmistakable. She learned behaviors fast and executed them with precision that made her performance feel so effortless. For management, Nova was irreplaceable. As for Savannah Calloway, Nova was everything. Savannah had grown up near the coast, surrounded by water and wildlife. From a young age, she gravitated toward injured animals and rescue efforts, often volunteering where others hesitated. Over time, she became Nova's primary trainer, developing a working bond that many admired. Savannah believed deeply in understanding animals as individuals. She paid attention to subtle behaviors, shifts in movements, changes in response time. Her approach earned her respect, especially from younger staff members who saw her as a model of what ethical training could look like inside a system increasingly focused on spectacle.
Orca taking down a great white shark. Scientists believe it's the first time a single orca was recorded killing one of the ocean's most feared predators. Janae Norman has that story.
But by early 2015, something began to change. Nova's behavior grew inconsistent. At first, it was subtle, repetitive swimming patterns after hours, unusual vocalizations during night cycles, minor delays in responding to familiar signals. Then, the incidents escalated. Nova began refusing food sporadically. She showed resistance during basic exercises she had performed flawlessly for years. There were moments of tension around less experienced trainers, instances where her posture shifted in ways that suggested agitation rather than engagement. Savannah noticed. She documented everything. She raised concerns in meetings. She urged caution. But the shows continued. The morning of September 23rd carried a strange weight. Night staff reported restless behavior. Nova had been unusually vocal before dawn, producing sounds that didn't match her normal patterns. The tank environment had also been disrupted by maintenance issues overnight, altering conditions that orcas are highly sensitive to. At 11:15 a.m., the main performance began. Savannah entered the stadium to applause, smiling as she always did. The music rose. Nova surfaced slowly, circling the pool in wide arcs before approaching the performance area. It wasn't her usual entrance, Savannah noticed, but she continued. Years of experience taught her how to adjust in real time.
No.
Good girl, Leah.
The early portion of the show unfolded with restraint. Movements were precise, but lacked their usual fluidity. Nova completed behaviors, but something about them felt mechanical. During a routine plan, her jaws snapped unexpectedly, sending a silent jolt through nearby trainers. A warning was radioed. Then came the signature sequence. And then, it didn't. Nova's movement changed instantly. Her speed increased, her body twisted sharply, throwing Savannah violently across the water. The orca struck with force that defied comprehension. Nova was pulled beneath the surface, screams replaced applause. The water churned violently as Nova thrashed, movements resembling documented hunting behaviors seen in the wild. Emergency protocols were deployed, signals were sent, food was thrown into the water, distraction techniques failed. Nova ignored everything. The animal appeared locked into a single focus, unresponsive to stimuli that normally redirected behavior. Savannah was repeatedly submerged, dragged downward, thrown upward. Each resurfacing offered false hope before the violence resumed. Audience members were evacuated in controlled sections to prevent panic. Inside the pool, trainers fought against mechanics in fear. Equipment malfunctioned. Nets failed to deploy properly. Every second compounded the damage. When the attack finally ended, it was too late. Savannah was pronounced dead shortly after being retrieved. The cause was listed as massive trauma combined with drowning. The stadium fell silent in a way it never had before. In the aftermath, investigations uncovered a pattern of overlooked warnings about an industry that blurred the line between respect and denial, about humans believing that connection could override instinct. The park closed months later. Savannah's name became a symbol, not just of loss, but of reckoning. Her story forces an uncomfortable truth into the spotlight, that no amount of training erases nature, that intelligence doesn't equal compliance, and that predators, no matter how familiar, never stop being what they are. The applause faded, the water stilled, but the lesson remains.